Grant Huckin. Get that soft shell out of that chair, because what I'm about to tell you is about to happen. It's not on the way label. It doesn't come from motivational Instagram posts, and certainly not from your Nutella personal trainer's colorful workout routine. This is Hulk speaking, and today I'm going to show you the real secret that professional bodybuilders use to grow fast, while you're sitting there thinking it's a lack of supplements or bad genetics. Spoiler, it is not. The problem starts when you think that building muscle is just train hard. Training hard is the basics, my little Hulk. That's like thinking that becoming a millionaire is just about working hard. That's not how the game works. Muscle growth happens outside the gym. Repeat after me, slowly, to see if it sinks into that thick head of yours. Muscle grows outside of training. Training doesn't build muscle. The training destroys muscle. You go to the gym, tear muscle fibers, create micro tears, leave tired, pumped up, and thinking you've turned into Thor himself. But biologically, you only did one thing. It sent a stress signal to your body. And that's where the secret that professional bodybuilders have mastered and that you ignore, just like you ignore stretching, comes in: hormonal control plus anabolic environment. Your body only builds muscle if it senses that it is not under threat. It has enough energy. It has male hormones dominating the system. Now look at your life and answer mentally without crying. Do you sleep poorly? Are you stressed out? Do you work like a condemned man? Do you eat wrong? Do you train until you fail every single day? Congratulations, you created the perfect environment for not growing. His body is dumb, but he's smart. If he feels constant stress, he goes into survival mode, not in build mode. And in survival mode, the boss is in charge. Cortisol, the stress hormone. And do you know what cortisol does to testosterone? He humiliates, throw it in the trash. Low testosterone, lasting Noah, slow recovery, little mass gain, fat accumulating, libido of a tired elderly person, stagnant force. In other words, you train like an animal, but you grow like a wet chick. Now pay attention, because here comes the tricky part, or rather, the Hulk's trick. Professional bodybuilders, they don't train more than you. Many train less. The difference is that they sleep like kings. They manage stress like monks. They eat like engineers. They train as strategists. While you think that growth is about lifting heavier weights, more drop sets, more failures, more volume, they understand that muscle only grows when the body feels hormonally secure. That's why you have huge guys training for 60 minutes, 5 times a week, and you're training for 2 hours a day and looking like a gym coat rack. Rapid growth does not come from more exercises, more failure, more training days. Rapid growth comes from high testosterone, cortisol under control. I am deep, efficient recovery. But hold on, little Hulk. Don't get too excited thinking this is easy. There are no shortcuts. There is no such thing as a miracle hack. There is no magic pill. The secret is invisible discipline. The one that nobody posts on Instagram. The one who doesn't like. The one that doesn't give an immediate pump. While you're up at midnight watching stupid videos, the bodybuilder is sleeping to release GH. While you're complaining about the workout, he's respecting your rest time. While you're killing yourself with useless volume, it's protecting your nervous system. And this might hurt to hear, but I'm the Hulk, not a therapist. Your problem is not a lack of effort. Your problem is that you're being too hard on your feet. In the next chapter, I'll show you the first real pillar that bodybuilders use to grow fast, and that most chickens ignore because it's hard work and not glamorous. It's getting ready, because now the conversation is going to get serious. Sit down, Hukinho, because now I'm going to crush your ego. You think sleeping is a waste of time. He thinks that sleeping little is a sign of a productive man. He thinks it's cool to say, I sleep 4 hours a night. Congratulations. You just confessed that enemy of muscle growth itself. This is Hulk speaking. Without sleep, you don't grow. Simple as that. Don't like it? Cry about it later. The professional bodybuilder treats sleep as natural steroid. You treat it like leftovers on the agenda. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, GH. Testosterone improves insulin sensitivity, repairs muscle tissue. It restores the nervous system. Now tell me, how the hell do you expect to grow up sleeping like a zombie? Sleeping too little doesn't make you more of a man. It leaves you catabolic. Catabolism is when the body breaks down more than it builds. It's the "I'm under attack" mode. And in this way, the body doesn't want big muscles, it wants survival. And who reigns in this hell? Cortisol. Oh, cortisol alto. Block testosterone. Decreases GH, increases fat. Delays recovery. It drains your energy. In other words, you become a Hulk in reverse. Full of anger, small in results. Professional bodybuilders understand something you don't. Recovery is part of training. Rest is not laziness. Rest is a strategy. You train hard, great. But if you don't sleep well, it's like trying to build a building while someone else is destroying the floors at night. Now I'm going to simplify it to get into your thick skull. Training, stimulus. Sleep, growth. No sleep, no results. Want to grow fast? So it starts with the obvious thing you ignore. The minimum acceptable for a man who wants to grow is 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Dark room, quiet environment, consistent schedule. Hulk, but my life is a race. That's your problem. The muscle doesn't care about your excuse. Bodybuilders don't negotiate sleep. He negotiates parties, Netflix, cell phones, video games, small talk. But sleep is not negotiable. And now comes the part that hurts more than a heavy squat. Poor sleep increases body fat. And what does high body fat lead to? Estrogen. That's right, little Hulk. Fat is a factory for the female hormone. The more fat you carry, more aromatase. More testosterone turns into estrogen. Less growth, more sagging breasts. And then you blame genetics. Guilt, age, blame it on a weak supplement. No, champion, it's your garbage routine's fault. Professional bodybuilders control this like engineers do. They go to bed early. They avoid bright light at night. They reduce stimuli before bed. They respect rest periods between training sessions. While you train until you fail every day, sleeps late. He lives tired. If you wonder why it doesn't grow, want to hear the raw truth? More training without recovery gives less results. Rapid growth doesn't mean self-destruction. It's knowing when to stop. And no, that doesn't make you weak. It makes you smart. Hulk doesn't train like an idiot. Hulk trains, recovers, and grows. In the next chapter, I'll show you the second pillar that bodybuilders use to grow fast, and that destroys the fantasy of training until you die. And I'm warning you now, it will hurt their ego. Come closer, little Huck, because now I'm going to break your religion. The religion of, the more I train, the more I grow. That's a lie. Beautiful lie. A lie that massages the ego of a hard-working chicken. This is Hulk speaking. Overtraining is the quickest way to stagnate. You walk into the gym angry at the world. He wants to release all his energy during training. Train as if you were running from a fire. He leaves tired, sweaty, bloated, and same the following month. Why? Because muscle doesn't grow through emotional suffering. Grow with right stimulus, plus sufficient recovery. Professional bodybuilders don't train more than you. He trains better. Now pay attention to this part, because here lies the secret that changes the game. Muscles respond to quality, not torture. Your body has limits, and when you exceed those limits every day, the nervous system collapses. Tired, nervous system. Power drops. Slow recovery. Testosterone plummets. Cortisol rooms. Muscle gain is blocked. You become that guy who trains hard, but is always exhausted. Tired face, deflated gaze. Pump getting smaller and smaller. This is not hardcore training. That's it, dumb training. Professional bodybuilders respect three things you ignore. Controlled volume, intelligent intensity, strategic frequency. Let's translate that into Huck language. Volume controlled. More series don't necessarily mean more growth. After a certain point, each extra series only adds to the equation, unnecessary stress. intelligent intensity. Failing every series is something only an overly enthusiastic beginner would do. Professionals fail when it makes sense, not because of ego. Strategic frequency training, the same damaged muscle before it has recovered, is practically asking for it not to grow. Now look at your routine. Train your chest on Monday until you drop. Train chest again on Thursday without having recovered. She complains that her breasts aren't growing. This is no mystery, it's a lack of brains. Muscles need strong stimulus. Time to adapt. Energy to rebuild. Without it, he can only survive. And do you know what else destroys your progress? Training without a plan. Bodybuilders don't arrive at the gym by feel. He arrives knowing, what are you going to do? Defined load, calculated volume, planned progression. While you change your workout every week. Copy Instagram workout. Train according to your mood. And then he asks why it doesn't grow. Hulk will be clear now. Your muscles need intelligent repetition, not chaos. Rapid growth comes from progression of load over the weeks. Controlled execution. Fewer pointless exercises. More focus on doing the basics well. Heavy squat, strong bench press, real rowing, serious development. It's not about inventing trends. It's about mastering the simple things. And now for the part that hurts the male ego the most. You don't need to train until you die to prove you're a man. Discipline isn't about yelling during training. Discipline is follow the plan even when your ego demands excess. Bodybuilders grow fast because they preserve the body. He understands that the goal isn't to leave training exhausted. It's better to leave in the next training session. If you leave the gym so exhausted that you can't perform the next day, you made a mistake. Hulk doesn't make mistakes like that. In the next chapter, I will give it to you. The final pillar. The one that brings it all together. Hormones, routine, mindset, and male identity. Hey there, little Hulk. Either you turn into a monster, or you can keep killing yourself trying to stay average. Now listen carefully, little Hulk, because here, I'm going to tie everything up and shove the truth right in the middle of your forehead. You came here thinking the secret of professional bodybuilders was a secret supplement, a magical workout, a divine genetic makeup. Lie. The real secret is hormonal routine aligned with male identity. Bodybuilders grow fast because they live like people who want to grow fast. Simple as that. He doesn't wake up in chaos. He doesn't train on impulse. He doesn't sleep when he can. He doesn't eat on the fly. Everything is organized for promote high testosterone and low cortisol. And here's the phrase that separates men from chickens. Your body follows your routine, not your motivation. Motivation is emotion. Hormones respond to habit. You might be excited to train today, but if your routine is garbage, your body will continue to function like garbage. Professional bodybuilders understand this early on. He builds a life where growth is a consequence, not a desperate effort. Now let's put everything you've learned together, without any frills. Sleep well. It's not optional. It's mandatory. Sleeping too little is hormonal sabotage. Sleeping well is natural anabolism. Train intelligently. Yes, train hard. Training a donkey? No way. The right stimulus, controlled volume, planned progression. Controlling stress. Constant stress destroys testosterone. High cortisol turns you into an anxious chicken. A bodybuilder manages work, training, and rest like someone managing a laboratory. Eat like a man, not like a child. Bad food messes with insulin. Messed up insulin hinders growth. You don't need to eat perfectly, but you need to eat consistently good. And now comes the part that nobody talks about, but the Hulk will talk about because he's not afraid. Rapid growth demands identity. While you see yourself as a guy trying to train, the bodybuilder sees himself as a man who lives to evolve his body. This changes everything. He doesn't ask, should I train today? He asks, what time do I train? He doesn't ask, should I go to bed early? He's simply asleep. He doesn't negotiate with his own ego. He's in charge. And this is where most people fail, not for lack of information, but due to a lack of professionalism. Do you want to grow fast? So stop living like a chicken expecting monstrous results. The result does not respect desire. Results respect routine. And now let the Hulk be brutally honest with you. Either you organize your life to grow, or accept slow growth and complain less. There is no middle ground. There is no such thing as rapid growth with a disorganized life. There's no such thing as a great physique with a weak routine. High testosterone levels don't come from childish habits. You choose. And no, this is not easy. If it were easy, everyone would be great. Professional bodybuilders are not special. He is consistent. While you search for a hidden secret, he repeats the same basic routine every day. And that's why it grows so fast. Not because he knows something magical, but why live the right way for long enough? Now for the final insult, but with respect. You can continue being one Huk Nutella, training too much, sleeping poorly, always complaining, or it could turn into a respectable Hulk who trains correctly, sleeps well, and controls their routine. And let the body respond. The choice is yours. The result as well. And remember this phrase, because it's worth more than any supplement. Strong men don't look for shortcuts. They build paths. End.